Are you debating whether to give up your green card for U.S. citizenship? Before making that big decision, you need to know the 10 crucial reasons why keeping your green card might be the best choice for you. While becoming a U.S. citizen comes with its perks, like voting and certain legal protections, the green card still offers incredible flexibility and benefits that many people overlook. From travel freedom to avoiding the complexities of dual citizenship, there are key advantages that make holding onto your green card a smart decision for many. Plus, you won't want to miss the hidden drawbacks of citizenship that could affect your taxes, global travel, and even your future plans. Stay tuned as we break down these 10 must-know reasons to keep your green card and make an informed choice for your future. If you find this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more insightful content. In today's video, we're diving deep into a critical decision that many immigrants face when living in the United States: whether to hold on to their green card or go ahead and pursue U.S. citizenship. This is not a decision that should be taken lightly, and there are several reasons why keeping your green card might actually be the better option, despite the temptation to naturalize. Let's break down why this is such an important choice and how it can affect your future. First, let's talk about freedom to travel. One of the greatest advantages of holding a green card, which often goes unnoticed, is the ability to travel more freely than U.S. citizens in certain situations. As a permanent resident, you're free to travel abroad for extended periods of time without worrying about losing your status, which might happen to U.S. citizens in cases where they spend extended periods of time outside the country. While U.S. citizens can live abroad indefinitely, they face different tax implications, and there are rules in place that could complicate their return if they're away for too long. For green card holders, the risk of losing status is much lower, as long as they're not involved in any serious legal issues or criminal activities. U.S. citizens, on the other hand, could face issues if they violate the terms of their naturalization. For example, if you're a U.S. citizen living abroad for many years and you don't maintain strong ties to the United States, you could face challenges when re-entering the country, as immigration officers may question your intentions. A green card holder does not have these worries if they are not residing in the U.S. for a long period. Now, let's talk about something that affects a lot of people: taxation. One of the biggest drawbacks of becoming a U.S. citizen is the global taxation system. U.S. citizens are taxed on their worldwide income, meaning that regardless of where you live, the U.S. government will expect you to file tax returns. This is true for every U.S. citizen, even if you don't reside in the country or work for an American company. In contrast, a green card holder is only taxed on their U.S.-based income and can avoid the complexity of filing taxes on foreign earnings if they stay within the guidelines. For some, taxation can become a nightmare after becoming a U.S. citizen, especially if they plan to live or work abroad. They may also be subject to double taxation agreements, which means paying taxes both in the U.S. and the country in which they reside. In these cases, keeping a green card might actually be a more financially advantageous option, as it can save you from unnecessary tax complications. Let's switch gears now and talk about dual citizenship. When you become a U.S. citizen, you may be required to renounce your previous nationality, depending on the country you were originally from. This process of renouncing citizenship could be emotionally taxing for many people, as it often involves giving up rights in your home country, such as voting, inheritance rights, or even access to government services. Holding on to your green card allows you to avoid this dilemma altogether. You can retain your home country's citizenship while also living and working in the U.S. without giving up your ties to your country of origin. This flexibility is invaluable for those who have strong family ties or financial commitments back home. For those who want to maintain multiple citizenships, keeping a green card means avoiding the forced decision of abandoning their country of origin. For many, naturalization can also come with a host of new obligations. One of the key responsibilities of being a U.S. citizen is jury duty. As a green card holder, you are not obligated to participate in jury duty, which is a mandatory civic responsibility for U.S. citizens. While jury duty is an important part of civic engagement in the United States, many people prefer not to be involved for personal or professional reasons. If you want to avoid jury duty and the time commitment that comes with it, holding onto your green card is an easy way out. Additionally, becoming a U.S. citizen gives you the ability to vote, but this privilege can be a double-edged sword. Some people find that, once they become citizens, they become more involved in political debates and issues, whether they want to or not. For many, the pressure to vote in local and national elections can be overwhelming, and some people prefer to avoid the political landscape altogether. If you want to steer clear of political commitments, holding onto your green card is an option that allows you to live in the U.S. without the obligation to vote or participate in the country's political system. Next, let's talk about the Social Security system. While both green card holders and U.S. citizens are eligible to collect Social Security benefits, the situation can be more complicated for U.S. citizens, especially for those who have lived abroad for many years. When you become a U.S. citizen, you have to keep track of all of your worldwide earnings, which will influence your eligibility and the amount you can receive in Social Security benefits. A green card holder, however, may be able to avoid some of these complexities. There's also the matter of estate taxes. U.S. citizens can be subject to estate taxes if they pass away, especially if their estate exceeds the exemption threshold. These taxes can be as high as 40%. While green card holders are subject to estate tax rules, they can avoid some of the harsher penalties by keeping their status and not pursuing citizenship. This is a key factor for those who want to preserve as much of their wealth as possible for their families. Another thing to consider is the path to citizenship itself. The naturalization process can be lengthy, stressful, and expensive. If you've been a green card holder for a long time, the process of applying for citizenship can feel overwhelming. There's the immigration interview, the citizenship test, and the fees associated with the process, all of which can be time-consuming and draining. For some, these hurdles are simply not worth it. By keeping your green card, you can avoid this lengthy process altogether, enjoying all the rights of a permanent resident without the complications and commitment of U.S. citizenship. Now, let's not forget about future opportunities. While becoming a U.S. citizen may seem like the logical next step for those who have been permanent residents for a long time, there may be opportunities for people with green cards that citizens do not have access to. For example, some countries offer special programs for U.S. permanent residents that allow them to travel or work in their countries without the hassle of full citizenship. If you have a green card, you may be able to take advantage of these special offers, giving you a bit more flexibility than U.S. citizens who don't have these opportunities. Lastly, the emotional attachment to your home country cannot be overlooked. For many people, their national identity is an essential part of who they are. Becoming a U.S. citizen can feel like a betrayal of their roots, especially if they feel strongly connected to their home country's traditions and culture. Maintaining your green card allows you to continue living in the U.S. while keeping your identity intact, without the emotional strain of renouncing your home country's citizenship. This emotional aspect is deeply personal, and for many, it's one of the key reasons why they decide to keep their green card. In conclusion, the decision to keep your green card or pursue U.S. citizenship is not as simple as it may seem. There are clear benefits to retaining your green card in terms of taxes, global travel, and the freedom to avoid certain civic duties. While U.S. citizenship offers some attractive perks, such as the right to vote and access to certain government benefits, it comes with increased responsibilities, potential tax complications, and emotional trade-offs that many people might not want to deal with. So, before you make that decision, take some time to consider all the factors involved. If you value the flexibility of dual citizenship, the avoidance of global taxes, and the comfort of not dealing with bureaucratic hurdles, holding onto your green card may just be the best option. Whatever you decide, make sure you're making the choice that's best for your life, your family, and your future. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more insightful content on immigration, citizenship, and the best tips for living in the US. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.